Hello everyone, happy Thrifty Thursday. So this was an unplanned purchase, but it popped up on my Facebook marketplace and it was an entire stash of beautiful vintage linen, some of them possibly a little bit newer, but essentially a deceased estate, and it was a lady that had come out from Germany. So some of these linens had come with her from Germany. I was speaking with her daughter-in-law, and this entire stash of goodies, which came complete with a washing basket to hold them, was 50 Australian dollars. So it's pretty amazing because I've only had a quick look, but there are some really special pieces in there. So I'll bring you around to our very old, one of our very old outdoor tables, but I will go through the items on here. And so yeah, I just couldn't resist it when I saw it for that price and saw a few things in there that really took my fancy. And some of them look absolutely huge. So this would be a tablecloth. I'm filming this on Friday evening when I've picked these things up on Friday lunchtime from a nearby suburb. And this is a massive, beautiful, it's a really lovely linen. It's got the beautiful edge work, hand edge work on it. It's got some nice little tiny holes in it, which we love when we're using pieces. But some of these I think I might even use as like tablecloths for our large dining table. We've got quite a large rectangular one, and this would definitely fit on it. So this is definitely one that I will keep myself, but I will put it through the wash. This one's it probably is an older one actually. It's probably one of those. Does have that feeling of that beautiful sort of cotton linen mix, and I'm guessing it was a tablecloth. I probably wouldn't use it as a tablecloth, but I definitely use it as a base to stitch into. I'm probably not as much into the brown colours, but sometimes those neutrals are quite good. But even just, yeah, taking little bits of it to use in things as well. But it's going to be a really, I think, I'll test it with my needle, but I think it'll be a really lovely stitching base. So I'll keep that one as well. These sorts of linens, absolutely love them. What is this one? It's a tablecloth. So I don't know if I need to put you up even a tiny bit higher. See if I can go up a little bit higher so you can see a little bit more. Dappled sunshine of the afternoon. Travis is dissecting a ball over in the shade near me. So again, beautiful linen. Can't see any stains in it, but I will pop it in for a wash, and I definitely keep that because that has good repurposing, either to add things to it, to use the motifs of it, could even make a piece of clothing. I have got a project to show you remodeling vintage linens into clothing. This one feels like it might be a damask. It's got a lovely rose print on it. Just open it out. So again, could be lovely to use as like a backing piece for if you were making a quilt or something, or use it as a tablecloth. So yeah, I'll keep that in my stash as well. Another damask, but in a whiter colour tone. Got a little something that's probably come off the table rather than off the piece. And so yeah, it's just got that nice woven in pattern to it. Again, a very nice linen to keep and either use parts of or to use the whole thing as a backing piece. And another one. So yeah, luckily it's going to be a warm day tomorrow, so I'll be able to put these all into the wash. So I will open it out because it will wash better if it's not folded. And I'm going to have a bulk of ironing to do, but I do just prefer to freshen everything up that comes into my collection, and anything that's got staining I can do a pre-soak, but these barely look like they've been used actually. And again, a beautiful rose design on that one. And another one, different design on this. It's got a lovely sort of cross hatch, and then these almost like little, what are those little sort of seams? Almost like a little mirror on there. And again, a really very large size. Hard to give you the impression on camera, but definitely a large size. Keep that one. These are, I think, some of the tea towels and things that came out. The lady pulled one out that had a lovely few holes in it, but they're really beautiful and long, and I think they will be lovely to stitch in, even if you wanted to make a housewif or something. Could be great for that, or a pouch. Really beautiful work, and they're incredibly, I'm sure they would have been quite starchy and quite tough, but they're, yeah, really beautiful and worn down. I noticed this one has a monogram, a hand-stitched monogram on it, which makes it really, really special. And again, they're those longer styles. So I think these were the ones that came out from Germany. I'm just trying to find the one that she showed me that had some lovely little worn holes, and I said, yep, I love those. She's like, oh, I don't know if you'll use it. It's got some worn holes, and I said, nope, that makes it even more special, and it's a beautiful, it just feels so nice. Again, would make a lovely backing for something. Travis has come to say hello. I'll just bring you around. Travis, do you want to say hello? He's saying, what are you doing, Mum? Do you want to go back inside, Travis, into the air conditioning? Or you want to stay? No, you can't eat things out of my basket. No, that's against the rules, Travis. I'll just bring the camera back around. So some smaller things. I love my vintage hankies. So we'll keep that one. I'll just put them here because Travis does like to steal the smaller pieces. He's now having a sniff of my leg. A lovely doily. Always can use these and dismantle them into their pieces. You know, I love my vintage embroidered linens. Love that with the wheat and the flowers. I hope you're not getting too many gusty sort of wind sounds, because it has just sort of whipped up a bit with the wind. That's beautiful. This one, again, lovely, very beautiful, almost like Hungarian stitching, but not as bright of colours. But I just love how they've done the sort of the colour variation on the leaves and the beautiful colour variation in the crochet around, so it's special. And then this whole stack, the lady said she doesn't think they've even been used, so again, I might not need to wash everything. I'll give it it does have a slightly sort of musty smell to it, so I probably will still give it a wash just before I put them away in my collection. But there is, how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these beautiful little cross stitch motifs on there, so I'll definitely be able to share those out with stitchy friends. I have to make sure I don't step on Travis because he's decided to sit right underneath my feet. This is a tablecloth again. Looks like it's probably a more regularly used one. It's got some nice little staining on the side. Why does it feel like I've got an ant biting my leg? I don't know. Oh yeah, it's got some staining to it, so we'll see what happens when we wash that. But it could be nice even just to cut out some of the motifs of it, or just use it as a piece of, essentially a piece of backing cotton. So I think I can still make use of that. I will find some things in here. I know there are some things that I won't be keeping, so don't worry, I won't keep it all. Again, just a lovely linen. It's got some staining, so it would be fine to cut into, but again, just a nice size to work projects, etc. on. These ones I probably won't keep, I don't think. They're just placemats, unless I use them as regular day-to-day. They look like they're easy wash, so maybe just for our table. They're quite nice and bright. I do like bright for ours, and yeah, we only need probably about 4, so I'll consider those. This one's quite old, and the daughter-in-law was saying that the lady that has all these things always had these on her, like different ones on her various tables, etc. I'm just going to let Travis into the house because he's wanting to go into the aircon. The hazards of filming with children and animals. So I love that this has got little holes, so I can definitely just sort of harvest it for its parts. Just use the beautiful linens and edging. Got some tea towels. These can be quite valuable in and of themselves. Again, I'm not sure if this one has ever been washed, and I know there's quite a interest. There's a vintage fabric de-stash group on Instagram. It's not on Instagram, on Facebook, where lots of people are always looking for vintage tea towels. So I don't really have a particular attachment to Adelaide, so I might let that one go. So that might go in my non-washing release into the wild category. This one I loved. I've just recently, in the lead up to Christmas, got myself a 1977 tea towel, which has some significance as a date. And this one's a 1977, so it's got the same design, but the other colorway was sort of the very orange sort of that era. But I really like the colorway on this one. If I had have had a choice originally on the other one I got, I would have definitely got this colorway. So it's a pure linen made in Poland. So very happy, and I feel like that was the sign that this lot was for me. So I will give that a wash because, yeah, I'll be keeping that for myself. Here's another lovely table, and I like this tablecloth. This one's got crinoline ladies, so it's not embroidered. It is just printed on the fabric, and it does have some staining, so we'll see if that staining comes out. If it doesn't, I can definitely still use the images. They would have been great when we were doing our down the garden path, and I think I've got some special friends that would love some of this if I chop it up, which I probably will. Then I've got some more beautiful cross stitch. These go with another tablecloth, and there are, in fact, it's interesting, these ones, they look like the same design, but these ones are on a pale sort of cream one. So there's 5 of these, all with that beautiful cross stitch on it. Some tiny little staining, so again I will give them a wash, even though they're beautifully starched right now. And then this one's on the white. Let me see if I can find the tablecloth that goes with that. I think it's this one, yep. There's a few lovely cross stitch ones. So here's the tablecloth that goes with that. It's got a beautiful centerpiece, again with the cross stitch. It is just lovely. It does have a stain there, which gives me, if it doesn't come out in the wash, that gives me free rein to harvest from this. But isn't that beautiful? So it's got lots of the little individual ones, and then that beautiful circle piece. And again, that could easily be repurposed into a lovely bit of clothing as well, and possibly you could avoid the bit that has the stain on it, so you could actually, yeah, not use that, or put something over that. You could even use one of the little motifs off one of these. So definitely popping that one into the wash. This one I think will be in the release pile. It's a sort of a funny humour fisherman's luck tea towel, so I'll put that over in my release into the wild. It can't, my craft room is definitely sort of heading rapidly towards capacity, so I do need to start releasing some things that I won't be using myself. There's some just lovely linen tea towels, probably more recent I imagine, but possibly still in the vintage range. But I can wash those. I can either keep them in the stash or use them as tea towels. Now this was the one that the lady showed me. She showed me, oh yes, it's got lots of little holes, which just shows how well it has been used. And this would have been one of the ones that came out from Germany. They look like the French beautiful linens. They've got little mends that have occurred on them. So I absolutely adore this one. It would have been a tablecloth, I think. Yeah, so long, unless it was some sort of larger towel for the kitchen. But don't you just love all those holes? So there's plenty here of this to share, and it's got a beautiful, just paler stripe through it, as well as these lovely red woven in sections that we love. So keep that behind me. This one, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it's a lovely, I saw this on the ad, I wasn't sure what size it was, but a beautiful crochet work peacock. And I love my birds, so that's definitely a keep. Another smaller, like card table size tablecloth. Have a tiny little hole down there, but I think again this would be lovely to add maybe some hexagons or something to. Lots of possibilities, or to use it to like make a pouch of some sort. make a nice large project pouch. I always need a bit of extra room, so you can just kind of make a pouch, put maybe a bit of padding, a little bit of a blanket or something in, and do something lovely with it. So we'll put that in the keep pile. This one looks like it might be that hobby text, but in amazing fluoro colours, which is quite, yep, it's hobby text. So I don't know if it was ever intended to be stitched into, but it is kind of cool. It is a cheaper sort of lace around the outside, but it is on a lovely linen, or cotton actually, not linen, cotton. But I just love that it's done in the fluoros. So I think, don't know on that one. Be fun though to do it, to do the stitching over it with proper threads. I might keep it, and it might be a fun fluoro project to do. I'm assuming the hobby text doesn't come out in the wash, but I might put that one to wash separately. I'm not sure, so I'll put that into another pile, which is requiring sort of separate treatment. Then another beautiful embroidered piece. So I'll just click on it, so maybe it might fix the light. It's a bit hard because it is dappled light here, but I still hope you can see okay. I'll just bring you down a bit more where I can see you. It's got these sweet little bobbly bits that are embroidered, and then this sort of like a lattice work effect. Nothing in the center, but that lovely sort of framing shape. And again, that could make a nice bit of clothing or something, or keep it just as a nice linen. These ones are going to go in my giveaway pile. They feel like they're synthetic, and it's sort of a pinky colour that's not really my thing, so I'll put that in the dispatch. Another beautiful embroidered tablecloth, and it looks like it's in lovely condition, I think. Look at those lovely flowers, and that goes all the way around, so really lovely design. Beautiful, beautiful. Isn't that lovely? So put that into the wash pile. Oh, we've already looked at that glass one. I started to go through my other pile over there. This is another glass cloth, so I'll put that in, and then whether I just use it as, this one looks like it's been a bit more used possibly, but again, it can just be a nice, because it is usually a nice cotton. It feels quite soft, so it could be just good to keep and use as a base, but I might not need all of them. Nice red on this one. Here's a tea towel that I probably won't keep. Imagine it's French, sort of a wedding one. It looks like it's got some staining down here, but I might pop it into my dispatch pile, and someone can have a go at getting the stain out of that. This one is a synthetic tablecloth, so that one's going to go into the op shop pile. Not my thong. This one's a really very starched. It's a pinky colour, so I'm actually thinking I might offer this one up to a friend that likes the pinkies. Could be nice to use. It looks like it actually is. Yeah, it smells fine. Don't know if it. I'll still give it a wash just to be sure. But that's a gifting away. This one has hobby text strawberries on it, which I don't really love the painting on them. So I think that one will go into the op shop release into the wild category. This one has beautiful embroidery on it. Definitely keeping this one. Got some lovely embroidery down there. And yeah, each of the, is that the back? Which is the back and which is the front? Is this one of those ones, yeah, where the back is as neat as the front? That's actually, sorry, I just butted the camera. That is actually the front. How crazy is that? Look, so back, front. but the back is as neat as the front. That is an amazing piece of artistry. Definitely keeping that. Got a beautiful centerpiece on it, and then the outer edges. I'll just give that a wash. Another huge cross stitch. It's a round one. That's massive, and got gorgeous crochet work, and then just beautiful cross stitch work on it. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Look at that. Just amazing. Look at these lovely little crocheted little areas. It's huge though, like for a round table that would be a massive table, unless it's meant to be used on a rectangle table but then have the sort of strategic hanging down at the sides. Doesn't look like it has staining either. What a beautiful cloth. And then we've got some more of those pink ones which will go to the Opshop synthetics. Oh, and then more of these. So how many did we count last time? I don't know how many. 1, 2, but here's another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8 of them. And then this one feels like it's a synthetic, so I think that will go Opshop. It's always nice to give some things back to the Opshop. Someone might want an easy wash synthetic, so and this again feels quite synthetic-y, so I will give that to the Opshop as well. This is just a basic green linen. Again, could just be good for our basic ones that we, although I think it's a round actually, so I probably don't need to keep that one, I don't think, so that can go Opshop. This one I think has some synthetic in it, but I quite like the effects on these little pieces, and they feel almost sort of, yeah, really soft. But I quite love these little pastel sections. Don't think I'd use the whole cloth, so I think if I was to have it, if I was to keep it, I will just harvest out these little sections, because I do think it's got some synthetic. It's kind of just grabbing on my fingers, but aren't they pretty, those little areas? So yeah, I think that will be a harvest. And then in here, a whole lot of damask with a sort of a check woven pattern in them. Fiello Cafe. So I wonder if they were originally maybe for a shop or something. Can't see prints on these ones, so maybe only one of them had a print on it. Nope, no prints on those. Some of them have been washed, like that one's very starchy, this one's been washed, it is softer. So some of them are, yeah, starchy. So maybe a couple of them have been used, but they do have some little storage, like it's just a little bit shaded on one side. The ants are trying to crawl on them. So yeah, I'll give them a wash because they'll be just nice base pieces. A lovely little smaller tablecloth. Isn't that a sweet little designer? And it is a lovely cotton crochet edging on it as well, so that's very sweet. It's got a little bit of staining over here, so we'll see if that comes out in the wash. Again, it could make a very sweet little pouch. Could just a few ideas for how you could do it, but you could yeah, sort of fold it into the center and have that lacy bit sort of up the center of your envelope. You'd obviously do it evenly, not the way I've done it. And then you could have your little project pouch like that. Very nice fabric, so I'll keep it. Then we have a lovely little, oh, isn't that beautiful, violets. Lovely stitching as well. And she said that some of these were the lady's friends, some of them were her own work, and one of them was her friend that had given, and the lady, the daughter-in-law, actually had the identical piece at home. So I was surprised that she wasn't keeping some, but I suppose it's always the thing when you're clearing out a house, yeah, you can't keep everything. But she was so happy. She said she'd been around to some trash and treasures and hadn't really found people looking for them, but I guess it's, yeah, it depends where you go and where the people that are looking are. I'm sure if I had have not got this off Facebook Marketplace, it would have been gone in no time, because it was such a good deal. Just couldn't resist it. So yeah, beautiful, just a nice sort of abstract cross-stitch design. Keep that one. There's some more damask little napkin. Oh, these have got, they go with the other cloth. So again, yeah, they've got a bit of a shiny feel to them. I'll see how they wash up. It looks like they haven't ever actually come out of this particular, that they've still wrapped with a ribbon. And then we've got some doilies. So again, these are good just for harvesting bits and pieces from, or using, wrapping around something. Another doily. Again, interesting designs. I always look out for things that I haven't seen before, and that's some designs in there that I hadn't seen. Got ones like this with these sorts of flowers, but again, they're nice to cut out and use as individuals. The lady picked this one out as she was showing me what was in there, and reminds me of Kate in the Nest. Lovely though, little pansies. This one's a much thicker one. I think I'll probably send this one to the op shop. This one again is quite a bit thicker, but we do actually have a few little round tables, and I quite like this off-white colour to it. So I think I'll wash that, and that might even sit on one of our little lamp tables upstairs. I've kind of got that whole outer room from where my craft room is. I've been gradually spreading out and putting like some of my stitch pieces and other bits of stitched vintage haberdashery on the display tables there. Again, that's quite a sweet little one, and I can harvest those little circles from that one. This one's a bit thicker again. Just thinking, would it have a use to me? I think I prefer it. This one's kind of thick but floppy. I think I prefer this one because it does have a bit of structure, so I'll keep that for now. This little cloth thing I think I will send off to the op shop because I don't really need that. This one's a synthetic, so I will send that op shop bound as well. Then we've got some lovely little handkerchiefs, which I do love. Look at that little farm scene. That's very sweet. Just some little pink ones, no embroidery on these ones. But again, they're sweet to include, aren't these ones with lace, such a fine linen or cotton, and then beautiful work. There's a bit of damage to it, but these are lovely just to put some embroidery on if you want to like follow along with some of those 1800s embroidery designs that I was doing towards the end of last year. I think we'll get back to doing some little stitch alongs as well. I'm just letting all the various projects for the year kick off, and then when it all settles down a bit, isn't that beautiful? Look at the pale blue crochet edging, and then this gorgeous delicate work. That is exquisite. So beautiful. Hope you can see that. I know it's a little bit hard with the light shifting above this. I just wanted to kind of do it while it was all downstairs and then pop it all in for the wash. So just a regular hanky, and then a beautiful, look at this. This will need a soak. But look at the gorgeous work. That will just have a hand wash. I think I'll just hand wash these ones actually. So I'll put them in a separate pile. And then some regular little cotton hankies. But again, they're beautiful to put in little needle books and things. This one, what's the design? A little, can't even quite tell what that design is. Or is it a letter? Symbol? Not sure. But it's got a lovely little orange edging around it, bit of fluff on it, lovely blue crochet edging just around the hanky, got some staining on it, so I will put that into soak with the other ones. I love these ones with the really fine work. It does have a few little yellow stains on it. Oh, it's got a P. I love anything that's been kind of personalised. And that looks very German, so I wonder if that little scene came out from Germany. That's special. It does have a few little bits of staining on it, so I think that can probably go in the regular wash. Isn't this one a very sweet design? Just printed on, but just lovely. Love the colours. Love that. What have we got here? Often they were like little nursery rhymes or something. Oh, isn't that sweet? A little girl. And I think probably some of these could have come out from Germany as well as little childhood hankies. That one probably does need a little soak to get those out. Oh, here's another P with a teddy bear. Sweet. I think that one's a machine stitched one. I think so. But then that's been stitched by hand because it's still got the... So probably the P's been added onto a machine stitched one, I think. Oh, and then an R. So I wonder if they were the names of the children. That's sweet. And then there's a few of these actually in the basket, and we're getting to the bottom of the basket. So we have these, which are just napkins, I guess, and I would even use these because I think they're nice and light. They feel lovely. And I try not to use disposable sort of napkins all the time. Don't know if I need these ones, although I don't have much purple in my collection. So maybe, I don't know if these are going to also put out colour, so they might be something I wash separately. I probably don't need all 4 of them, do I? Although I've got a friend that likes purples as well, so maybe I'll wash them all and then gift some on. And then these greens are quite a nice natural green, so again I'm worried they might put out colour, so I'll put them in a separate soak and wash. Just nice linens, so I'll keep those ones. And then these, I think, yeah, they're synthetic, I think. Are they? Yeah, they're synthetics, so I think they can go op-shop bound. Op-shop bound. And then these ones, just lovely linens. Quite subdued in colour, but that's okay. You can still sometimes, yeah, use them, or otherwise you've just got the lovely linen to use as well. I often see this design. I don't as often see this little leaf design. And then some more little hankies / napkins, and then a lovely little crochet work. So that was the bundle, and it's a lot. When I put all the tablecloths out, I don't know if I could swing you around and show you, but if I'll need to focus in again. That's how many tablecloths there are. That is amazing. And then there's the pile over here as well. And then there's the pile for the op shop, which I probably can't easily show you, but I can move it under the camera. And then there's the pile of things for more gentle washing. So that's the pile for the op shop. So I think that is a very good purchase. I'm putting that down as a definitely high value purchase, and just some really lovely special pieces in amongst that. And some of that, those hand embroidered tablecloths alone, they would be $50 these days, with the prices of vintage goodies going up. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have your own wonderful thrifty finds, and I will chat to you soon. Bye everyone.